Hi from Sweden vlog. And today we will speak about what to do if you are turned out to be in a hard situation. So I mean that maybe sometimes you don't have food, you don't have place to sleep, or you don't have warm clothes, and something like that. As for me, I was in a hard situation in my own country. We were half hungry with my family, and we used to go to church on Saturday. And after the service, there was food like from bread, sweet bread, and coffee. Not so much, I mean, not this strong coffee, and it was tea with sugar. And if people left and the church before closing left a lot of this bread, we were allowed to take bread home. And my grandmama was very happy when me and my mama were bringing that sweet bread. How it calls, pastry, something like pastry, not cookies. Something that you make from bread. In Swedish it's called bulle. I'm drinking glögg, Swedish glögg with hot water. So, as I mentioned, the church. I was thinking what can help you if you are in this situation. It is church, and of course, it is a Red Cross. A Red Cross organization. In many countries, you can find them. And also, I know that in some places they have a doctor, a nurse. You can go to their office and even ask for this. And also, I know that they have some places they're not so much actively spoken about. And if you ask me where are they in Sweden, I don't know. Where you can stay at night and eat. My friends, I think it is a good idea if you don't have much energy to survive. So I knew one girl, I spoke about her here several times. Her husband kicked her out with a small child, and she couldn't go back home because it was like 2 hours flight to her home. I just cannot the camera to her home where her parents lived. And she came to the church, and Saint Father found her place. For first time she lived with an old lady, and then they helped her with jobs and so on. Unfortunately, these stories happen. And I knew here in Sweden one girl. She came from nice country, but sometimes it happens that girls from good conditions, they think they met their destiny and they follow the man. And that man, he was not from Europe, and he obviously didn't like this lady. And okay, he didn't like this lady, but he married her because he needed documents. And after he got what he wanted, that marriage, he couldn't even treat her good. And she had money, but she was not getting what she wanted, and she was ashamed to go to her motherland. And the girl was very good. The girl was very good. I also needed some help, and she helped me. So her situation was in another way difficult. She was ashamed to go back, as I told you. So because she said, "Oh, I will go back home with a child," and I said to her, "You have treasure, you have a child," and she said, "Yeah, I have treasure, but still, I wanted to be married." And I said to her, "You are still young, you can get married." So, and her brother called her many times and asked her to go back home because she was living here alone with child, with no help. And finally he came to Sweden by car and took this girl and his niece home to motherland. So situation can be difficult in not only in material way, not only in that way that you don't have place to sleep. It also can be some moral. And for this girl to find job at her situation was not possible because the child was small, no one helped her, and she didn't speak Swedish language, and she was totally like broken. In her condition, she was absolutely not able to look for jobs. So, my friends, from my experience now, what I can tell you that we always can be ready that maybe tomorrow we need somewhere to ask for help. So we have to be grateful to God that we have a roof over the head, that we have a place to sit, to sleep, we have food. But who knows what happens with us tomorrow? Before that time in my motherland, before I became hungry, I it happened. It happened about in a year or 2 years after we moved out from our house to apartment, and so it was rather nice big house and was a lot of land, and I could never imagine that we wouldn't have bread at home. I don't want to cry, my friends, but my grandmama died hungry, so unfortunately it happened, and no one could predict it. So and now if it happens something like that, I know where to ask for help. um, I know that there are organizations that are helping people in hard situation. So I hope this video was helpful for you. But what is the most important when you are in a hard situation? How you have to keep your body. I think it will be nice advice what I can give to you. You should be more or less healthy. Because if you are a little bit sick, it will be harder to move, and you. So before you ask for help, you have to find this place. You have to go there, and if you are sick, you are not able to move, my friends. I think so. So if you just keep your body healthy, it will be much easier to ask for help. So, my friends, we have to be grateful to Lord. Now it's Christmas days, and my Orthodox Christmas is just on the way. I had Christmas of my second motherland, and in Sweden they celebrate a day earlier than our Catholics do, because we are here Protestants, Lutherans, actually, Lutherans. So the head of the church was Martin Luther, yes. And that's why we have white walls in the churches. And there is one small place in the church, in the beginning of the church, where they didn't put white color. It is still how it was centuries ago. It has some ornament, but modern Swedish churches, they do not have any ornament. So, my friends, and of course, it will be nice if you have some group online where you can ask for help if you still have your phone. So, as I mentioned, church, charity organizations, and Red Cross organization that, thanks God, is almost all over the world. It was you, Alexandra, from Sweden, and I wish you a good day. Bye bye.